President Obama, of course, recently said that he's in favor of gay marriage, and they had just voted in North Carolina on banning gay marriage, right? Public policy polling did something interesting. They polled before and after President Obama's statement, specifically on African Americans on this particular issue, and then broadly on other issues. And before, 20% of the African Americans were in favor of gay marriage. This is a pretty low number, obviously. After President Obama's statements, 27% in favor, right? And so I think this is really important because it shows you that leadership matters. When someone comes out and makes an argument for it, and it wasn't even a particularly forceful argument, he just said, I think that, I've evolved to the point where I'm in favor of gay marriage, it moves people, right? So, oftentimes politicians will say, oh, the polls are the polls, I got to run away. But it turns out if you actually stand up, you might be able to make a difference. In fact, when you ask them gay marriage or civil unions, that number moved from 44% in favor, because it includes civil unions as well, all the way to 55% in favor.
Wow.
So now all of a sudden, it's a majority of African Americans in North Carolina who are in favor of either civil unions or marriage.
Okay, can I now criticize you a little bit?
Sure.
So back when, this story broke, I feel like you were a little too tough on Obama, right?
No, end of criticism. That's it. All right, now let me tell you the next poll number.
All right. No, but you were. I felt like you didn't give him enough credit for what he did, right? And a lot of people felt that way because, okay, so you support gay marriage. What are you going to do about it, right? Are you going to do something on the federal level to make gay marriage legal? And it doesn't seem like he is going to do that. But this leadership does matter. To have the President of the United States saying, I believe in gay marriage, this is a rights issue, right? I mean, he didn't say that specifically, but he implied the rights issue part of it. I think that that's tremendously important, and we already see the results.
I do. And look, it's a point of emphasis, right? And I think it's a fair criticism. So here's what I mean by that. Look, I think my criticism of the president is obviously fair. That's why I believe it. One, he doesn't do enough on federal issues, but overall, like I've said a million times, he's probably the best on this issue among all the other issues, probably the most progressive on this. So look at me giving him a ton of credit for that. And then, but did he do it for the politics and did he do it for fundraising? He did. I have to point it out. He did, okay? And when I say politics, for example, in 1996, he was already for gay marriage. And that was, all those years ago, 16 years ago. Then he switched to being against gay marriage for politics, and now he's back to being for gay marriage for politics. It's my job to point that out. Now, it doesn't mean that I dismiss it, and so I think your criticism is valid in that maybe I didn't emphasize enough that I'm massively in favor of the move, right? And I give him credit because, it could be for the but you know what I say, credit where credit is due. The bottom line is you got to get to the right place. If you get to the right place, bygones be bygones. My job to point it out, but in the end, I think absolutely gets tremendous credit.
I like what Jerry Springer said about the politics aspect of this on The Current Show, right? So you pointed out the politics, which makes sense. Obama was in favor of gay marriage in 1996. And Jerry Springer said, yeah, he's playing politics. You know why? Because he's a politician.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It was a great segment with Jerry.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite line, by the way, when politicians come out and say, can you believe the other side is playing politics with this? I'm like, yeah, because that's their job. Can you imagine like the White Sox are playing the Dodgers and they come out and they're like, can you believe the Dodgers played baseball with this? Yeah, because they're baseball players. Yes, I totally believe that. So final stat, though, is actually by far the most interesting, okay? They asked all North Carolina voters, and 8% of them, including 13% of Republicans, said that being gay should be a felony.
Oh, my God.
Forget gay marriage, forget civil unions, forget gay rights. Being gay should be a felony. 8% of overall and 13% of Republicans.
Yeah, we're officially done with North Carolina. OVAH.
Okay, I'm done with Columbia, you're done with it. Now, let's be fair to North Carolina. 8% is still a low number, okay? It should be 0%, obviously. But don't be done with North Carolina. 92% of them still don't think it should be a felony. Are they not merciful?